This slide presentation will discuss the answers to some selected problems from Chapter 10, Variable Costing. So we will be discussing Exercise 1, Problem 1, and Problem 4. Okay, so let's start with Exercise 1. Pakibasa muna silently yung problem. Okay, for requirement number 1, using absorption costing, we will be computing the unit product cost and prepare an income statement for the year. So, under absorption costing, the unit cost will be 18 plus 7 plus 2. So, yun yung direct materials, direct labor, and overhead, variable manufacturing overhead, plus yung fixed manufacturing overhead. So, ang ating kasing fixed manufacturing overhead is 160,000 per year. So, i-divide natin siya sa number of units produced, which is 20,000. So, the total unit cost will be 35 pesos. Okay. Sales is 50 times 16,000, so 800,000. Cost of sales, 16,000 times 35, so 560,000. Variable selling and administrative expense, so meron tayong given na 5 pesos times the sales volume na 16,000, so 80,000 pesos. So ito po yung summarized na income statement natin using absorption costing. Okay, using variable costing, yun yung requirement number 2. So, yung unit product cost natin will only be composed of the variable production cost. So, 18, 7, tsaka 2. So, 27 pesos. So, yun lang po yung mapapasama sa ating inventoriable cost or unit cost. So, sales, same, 16,000 times 50, 800,000. And then cost of sales, 16,000 times 27 instead of 35. So, 432,000. Then, variable selling and admin expense, that's 5 pesos times 16,000 units sold. So, 80,000. So, ito po yung summary ng ating, or ito po yung summarized na income statement using variable costing. So, ang mapapansin natin, iba yung format niya, no? So, ang ginamit kong format ay yung variable costing income statement. So, sales less variable cost, that's manufacturing margin, less variable expense na 80,000, that's the contribution margin to 88. And then yung fixed cost and fixed expenses, ine-expense na lahat. Special focus tayo doon sa fixed manufacturing cost, no? So, kanina, doon sa absorption costing, kinumputan pa natin yan ng unit cost, 160,000 divided by 20,000, I think. No? Sa variable costing, in-expense na siya lahat. No? So, fixed cost, expense lahat, 160, then 110. So, you've got net income of 18,000. Okay, problem 1. Please read silently. Okay, so the first requirement ay i-revise natin yung income statement na nakalagay doon sa book. So, it was prepared using absorption costing. So, gagawin natin siyang variable costing. So, uh, yung absorption cost per unit natin, kasi we have to make some extra computations kasi medyo may trick dito sa sa problem na to, no? So sinolve ko kasi siya. So kailangan nating malaman muna yung variable at fixed component nung unit production cost, no? Kasi ang kailangan natin for the variable costing income statement, yung variable part lang. So, the first step is to compute first kung magkano yung absorption costing manufacturing cost per unit. So, ang ginamit ko yung current production at 13,200,000 divided by current production na ilang units ba yan? 1,100,000. So, the absorption cost per unit is 12 pesos. Ang fixed cost per unit will be derived from the budgeted or from the fixed factory overhead na 6 million divided by normal capacity na 1,200,000. So, ang fixed cost per unit is 5 pesos. So, it follows na yung variable cost per unit is 7 pesos. 12 minus 5. So, another thing that we should know ay ilan yung units sa ending inventory. So, ang given kasi dun sa absorption costing income statement is 1,380,000. So, you divide it by 12. So, you have 115,000 units in ending inventory. Units in beginning inventory, yung amount na given, 1,980,000 divided by 12. So, 165,000 units. So, units sold, I think hindi naman siya given dito sa ating problem, ano? Ang binigay lang ay ilan yung na manufacture, pero hindi natin alam ilan yung nabenta. No, wala. So, i-derive lang natin siya. So, units sold, 165,000 beginning plus current production 1,100,000 less ending inventory na 115,000. So, for 20x3, nakabenta ng 1,150,000 units. Unit selling price is 18 pesos. I think sinolve ko yata ito by hindi ko yata naisama dito yung solution natin ng unit selling price. But I think this is 20,700,000 divided by 1,150,000. So, meron kasi tayong given na selling price na 20 million or rather total sales for 20x3 na 20,700,000. So, dinivide ko lang siya sa unit sold na kinumpute natin na 1,150,000. So, unit selling price is 18 pesos. Variable cost of goods sold, 7 pesos times 1,150,000. So, ito po yung ating variable costing income statement. Requirement 2, pinagpe-prepare tayo ng estimated income statement using absorption costing for 20x4. So, sales for 20x4 is 1,450,000 units na estimated sales times 18 pesos. So, 26,100,000. Production cost per unit is variable cost per unit plus fixed cost per unit. So, na-revise po ito. Kasi, nabago po kasi yung normal capacity level for 20x4. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yung 12 pesos last year. So, production cost per unit, variable cost is 7 pesos plus 5,400,000 divided by normal capacity of 1,200,000. So, ang production cost per unit is 11 pesos and 50 centavos. Cost of goods sold. So, using FIFO, ang cost of goods sold natin, yung inventory ending last year na 1,380,000 plus 1150 na production cost per unit, yung bago, times quantity 1,450,000 less 115,000. So, bakit ganito yung solution natin? Kasi nga, FIFO, di ba? So, yung 1,450,000, yun yung estimated sales in 20x4. Yung 115,000, yun yung beginning inventory ng 20x4 na siyang ending inventory ng 20x3. So, yung 1150 na production cost will only apply doon sa unit sold coming from the production of 20x4. Okay? So, ilang units yon? Yung units sold coming from production in 20x4. So, 1,450,000 less 115,000. Okay? Kaya doon lang natin in-apply yung 1150. So, ang ating cost of goods sold estimated for 20x4 is 16,732,500. Okay. Capacity variance. By the way, ano ba yung capacity variance? Ito po yung capacity na pag unfavorable siya, capacity na hindi nagamit, no? Sa halimbawa, dito sa ating problem, unahin natin yung 20x3, di ba? Ang normal capacity natin is 1,200,000, no? Pero meron kang 1,100,000 na na-produce. So, meron kang 100,000 unused capacity. Pag may unused capacity, that's unfavorable, no? So, you multiply it by the fixed cost per unit. Kaya kung titingnan mo yung ating problem, yung given na income statement for 20x3, meron kang factory overhead capacity variance na 500,000. Saan galing yon? 5 pesos fixed cost per unit times yung unused capacity na 100,000. Okay? So, same formula for 20x4. So, capacity variance is fixed cost per unit times normal capacity less capacity use. So, let us substitute. So, 450 yung fixed cost per unit in 20x4 times. Ang normal capacity, 1,200,000, pero ang ating ginamit for production is 1,400,000. So, kapag po labi sa capacity yung ipoproduce, that will be favorable variance. So, our answer will be 900,000 pesos favorable. Wait, so, okay. So, ito na yung ating income statement. Ayan, ayaw lumabas. Ayan. Okay. Okay, so for requirement 3, we are going to prepare an income statement using variable costing. So, sales, same, kagaya nung sa absorption costing. Kaya lang, yung variable cost, ang gagamitin lang natin ay yung 7 pesos, walang kasamang fixed cost. No? So, 7 pesos times 1,450,000. So, 10,150,000 yung ating variable cost. So, ito po yung ating income statement. So, ang kaibahan niya, yung ating cost of goods sold is only expressed using variable cost kasi nga under variable costing, all fixed expenses will be expense, no? Hindi na siya i-inventory, especially the fixed factory cost, no? So, sales 26.1, variable cost is 10,150,000. So, meron kang manufacturing margin na 15,950,000. So, wala naman tayong variable expenses dito sa ating problem, no? So, contribution margin will still be the same. And then, fixed cost ay yung buong 5,000,004. So, hindi mo na yan i-allocate, no? Hindi mo na siya i-divide. Tapos, compute ka ng fixed cost per unit. Tapos, ano pa siya, i-allocate between the ending inventory and the inventory sold. Diba? So, buong fixed cost na 5,000,004 will be expense. So, ang net income under absorption costing is 10,550,000 or rather under variable costing. Okay? Let's proceed now to problem 4. Medyo mahaba-haba pala itong ating problem 4. So, so please read silently yung problem 4. Okay, so requirement number 1 is i-revise natin yung income statement from absorption costing to variable costing. So, ang variable cost natin, yung year 1, 4 pesos times 50,000. For year 2, 40,000 times 4. Yung 40,000 tsaka 50,000 yan yung unit sold. And then for year 3, that's 50,000 times 4 ulit. No? Kasi yung sales, 50,000 units. Variable expenses, year 1, 50,000 times 2. Mumultiply ulit yan sa unit sold. Year 2, 40,000 times 2. And year 3, 50,000 times 2. So, 100,000. So, ito na po yung ating revised income statement using variable costing. Yan. So, yung variable cost po natin, again, is ang ginamit lang natin ay yung 4 pesos na variable manufacturing cost multiplied by the sales in units. So, sales less variable cost, you have manufacturing margin, less variable expenses na kinumpute din natin kanina using the unit sold times 2 pesos. Yan. So, you'll have the contribution margin. And then, dahil under variable costing tayo, lahat ng fixed cost ay i-expense. So, ang fixed cost natin per year is 600,000. So, i-expense mo na yon. Okay? So, hindi na siya kailangang i-allocate pa, tas yung iba nasa ending inventory, yung iba nasa cost of goods sold. Buong fixed cost is i-expense. Pati syempre yung fixed selling and administrative expense sa 70,000. So, ayan po yung ating result. That's the variable costing income statement. Requirement number 2. Okay, using the absorption costing income statement na given sa problem, we are asked to compute the unit product cost in each year under absorption costing. Okay, so ang ating unit product cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. For year 1, 600,000 divided by 50,000 plus 4 pesos. So that's 16. Nare-revise po siya per year kasi iba yung level of production per year. So naiiba yung iyong fixed cost per unit. Year 2, yung 600,000, i-divide mo sa 60,000 production plus 4 pesos. So you'll have 14 pesos. For year 3, yung 600,000, dun mo i-divide sa 40,000 production. Plus, of course, yung variable cost per unit. So you'll have 19 pesos. Fixed cost component of absorption ending inventories. Kailangan natin to for analysis. So, kailangan natin computein. Year 1, none kasi wala tayong ending inventory. Year 2, 20,000 times 10 pesos. Yung 10 pesos yung fixed cost per unit ng year 2. So, 200,000 yung fixed cost component ng ending inventory ng year 2. Year 3, 10,000 times 15 pesos. Kasi sa year 3, meron tayong 10,000 units left, no? At as ending inventory, no? And then times 15 pesos, so 150,000. By the way, yung ending inventory ng year 3, baka ma-confuse ka, hindi po yon 50 minus 40, no? Kasi pag tinignan mo yung libro, production in units, 40,000, sales 50,000. Baka magtanong ka paanong nagkaroon ng ending inventory ng year 3, mas mataas yung sales sa production. Alalahanin po natin yung year 2, no? Meron tayong natirang 20,000. Diba? Units ay, production is 60, sales is 40. No? So, ang tamang computation po for the units left in ending inventory sa year 3 ay 20,000 beginning inventory plus 40,000 production less 50,000 sold. So, that's 10,000. Okay, so ito po yung this is, I think, requirement 2B. No? So, i-reconcile daw yung variable costing and absorption costing net operating income. So, for year 1, sorry, nakakalimutan ko siya lagyan ng heading, So, that's year 1, year 2, year 3. For year 1, wala tayong problema kasi production is equal to sales. So, walang reconciliation, no? The absorption costing net income is equal to the variable costing net income. Sa year 2, dun sa absorption costing, given sa problem, meron kang income na 90. No? Para maging variable costing net income siya, alisin natin yung effect ng fixed cost. So, ang may fixed cost lang ay yung ending inventory. Kasi wala naman tayong beginning inventory. So, meron siyang fixed cost na 200. So, 90 less 200 is 110. So, meron kang net loss under variable costing na 110. Sa absorption costing, meron kang loss na 20. So, again, para maging variable costing, tatanggalin lahat ng fixed cost ng mga inventories na pumasok sa cost of goods sold. So, fixed cost ng beginning inventory, i-add mo, 200, less fixed cost ng ending inventory na 150. Kinumpute natin yan kanina dun sa previous slide, I think. Tingnan ko nga. I think kinumpute natin siya dito. Ayan. Ayan, fixed cost component of absorption ending inventories. Ayan, dito sa bandang baba. Ayan, 200, 150. No? So, doon natin siya nakuha. Ayan. So, yan po yung reconciliation natin ng net income under absorption and variable costing. For requirement 3 and 4, medyo pinag-explain tayo dito, no? Una, for number 3, explain why net operating income was higher in year 2 than it was in year 1 under the absorption approach in light of the fact that fewer units were sold in year 2 than in year 1. So, bakit daw under absorption costing, mas malaki yung net income? No, 90,000 yung year 2, mas malaki sa year 1, 30,000. Mas bumaba yung unit sold. So, ang explanation po dyan ay ito. Despite the decrease in unit sales, net income under absorption costing in year 2 is higher in year 1 because of the deferral in recognizing the fixed cost component in the ending inventory. Kasi nga, doon sa year 2, meron tayong ending inventory at meron siyang fixed cost component. So, hindi siya i-recognize sa income statement until sold. So, yun yung dahilan kung bakit bakit mas mataas yung year 2 net income kaysa year 1 net income under absorption costing kahit na mas bumaba yung unit sales. Same with requirement 4. Ang sabi naman, pina-explain why the company suffered a loss in year 3 but reported a profit in year 1 although the same number of units was sold in each year. Kung mapapansin po kasi natin yung year 1 at year 3, pareho naman sila ng sales at 50,000. So, why is it na yung year 1 reported 30,000 income, yung year 3 loss ng 20,000? So, the explanation is this. Despite having the same sales level, income was reported in year 1 while loss was reported in year 3 because no deferral of fixed cost recognition as expense happened in year 1. Kasi nga, nung year 1, production is equal to sales. So, wala kang ending inventory. While the fixed cost from year 2 ending inventories were recognized as expense in year 3. Kasi diba dun sa year 2 ending inventory, meron kang fixed cost na hindi naman siya na-expense ng year 2. Na-expense siya year 3 nung sila ay mabenta. So, that is the explanation why meron kang loss ng year 3 pero income ng year 1 pero equal sila ng sales volume. Okay, requirement 5. Explain how operations would have differed in year 2 and year 3 if the company had been using just-in-time inventory models. So, yung just-in-time, just to recall, ay magpuproduce ka lang kapag may order. So, yung just-in-time, minimize yung pag-i-storage ng inventory. Magpuproduce ka lang kapag may order. O order ka lang ng raw materials pag kailangan na. So, yun yung just-in-time. So, if JIT was used, there will be no inventory for year 2 and year 3. Kasi nabanggit ko nga, ganun yung sistema ng just-in-time. Under applied overhead will exist in year 2 since the company will produce 10,000 units less than the normal capacity. Bakit ganon? Kasi sa year 2, yung sales ay 40,000. So, yun lang ipoproduce mo. Pero sabi sa problem, 50,000 yung nasaan ba tayo? Wait lang, ha? Wait. Okay. Sorry. So, sa year 2, okay, tama pala. No? So, 40,000 yung ipoproduce mo kasi yun lang yung order, kasi yun yung sales. Pero ang capacity ng ating planta is 50,000 as stated in the problem. No? So, meron kang 10,000 units na na overhead under applied kasi nga hindi nagamit yung buong capacity. Since just-in-time does not build up inventory, no delay of fixed cost recognition will happen. The net income will therefore be equal to those reported under variable costing. No, kasi nga sa just-in-time, wala kang inventory. So, yung fixed cost mo, may expense lahat. Okay? So, net income will be equal to those reported under variable costing. So, this ends my discussion about the about the answers on the selected problems at the end of the chapter, and I'm leaving you with this motivational quote: don't lose hope. When the sun goes down, the stars come out. Thank you for your attention and have a nice experience learning.